green Harry pretends to be mature as warning misinformation, but actually that's all Greek to Duke. The Duke of Sussex, who is living in California with Meghan Markle after quitting royal duties, took part in the discussion at the Rewired Summit hosted by Wired magazine. Harry joined Stanford Internet Observatory Technical Research Manager and AD Restu and Aspen Commission on Information Disorder co-chair and Colour of Change President Rashad Robinson for the talk with Wired editor-at-large Stephen Levy. During the event, Harry warned that misinformation is a global humanitarian crisis. He said, "I lost my mother to this self-manufactured rabidness. And obviously I'm determined not to lose the mother to my children to the same thing." Harry referred to comments he made about the Duchess of Sussex in his mental health documentary series earlier this year that they won't stop until she's dead. The Duke added, "It was more of a warning, not a challenge." Harry lashed out at the British press during the virtual event. He also said he and Meghan are not on social media and will not join any platforms until things change. And the 37-year-old claimed he warned Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey his platform was allowing a coup to be staged against the US a day before the January 6 riots. The Duke added that the internet is being defined by hate, division and lies. Harry, who was listed as the co-founder of Archul at the event, works at think tank the Aspen Institute and looks into misinformation and disinformation in the media. His appearance comes after Meghan spoke at the New York Times DealBook Online Summit on how women can achieve economic and professional parity earlier on Tuesday. It was announced last week that Harry would be taking part in the misinformation event. Speaking about the riots in January, the BBC's disinformation specialist, Mariana Spring, said that the riots could be traced back to Twitter. She said, President Trump, on his own Twitter feed, amplified and suggested that this election was going to be rigged, that there was going to be fraudulent voting. After the election, she said she saw lots of Facebook groups appear using the term Stop the Steal, echoing Trump's own language. Even after many of the groups were removed from Twitter and Facebook, according to Ms. Spring, the threats continued. She said, when the roots of these conspiracies are so deep, it comes as little surprise that the threats continued, the disinformation continued. A lot of people who attended Capitol Hill felt so passionate about this, and really genuinely believed these false claims spreading online about voter fraud. Earlier today, Meghan Markle launched her own attack on social media channels when she spoke at a New York Times event. She said that the introduction of a dislike button would lead to fewer negative comments. She said, one of the things that seems like such an easy solve from my lens, if you look at Instagram for example, there's a like button and then there's comments, she said. So if you disagree with something you have to comment on it in a really vitriolic way. If there was a dislike button, wouldn't that hugely shift what you were putting out there, because you could just like it or just dislike it. Now you have to like it or say something negative. It is just adding to this really unfortunate cycle that I think is having an unfortunate effect on women across the world. Wired's online event saw a number of high-profile figures attend, including Apple's Johnny Ive and Vogue's Anna Wintour. The talk is part of a two-day event which is billed as a series of virtual conversations between technologists and leaders in science, cybersecurity, art, and entertainment who are thinking hard about the consequences technology has on society, economics, sustainability, and our future. It will aim to tackle some of the world's most critical challenges and explore the sustainable and strategic solutions needed to address those challenges, from communal action to heroic innovation.